always have to try and force myself to take steps back. Calm down. Don't say anything, because that person from that era, you don't want to freaking conjure up that person, because that could lead to a point where you're disrupting everything that you've built to try and maintain love and harmony within the family.
Brother, you're like the Hulk, my friend. You're like Bruce Banner over here, just keeping it all in. Your sons have no idea. The Hulk is going to blossom you. Welcome to the Learner Husband Podcast. This is the podcast where we discuss everything from I do to what on earth am I supposed to do. My name is Stuart Taylor. I'm a full-time comedian, a part-time learner husband. I'm not here to give you advice, guys. I'm just here to ask the experts some questions. And today I am joined by a man who is a hip-hop icon, a cultural icon. He is a grandmaster husband and a grandmaster DJ. DJ Ready D. How are you, brother?
Hey, Stuart, thank you so much for inviting me onto your podcast. I'm just listening to the introduction. I'm like, I'm no expert at this. I thought that I'm actually going to ask you for some tips, seeing that you've interviewed so many people on this subject matter. And I'm like thinking to myself, oh my gosh, did I just get myself into
did you not know you here to give advice?
No, not at all.
Well,
Wow.
we start by playing a little game to see how qualified you are as a husband.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna make it a nice simple game. Since you're into music, I'm gonna let you listen to music while I say some phrases that your wife might typically say to you. And you're gonna try and read my lips and see if you can decipher these typical wife phrases.
Okay, cool.
Okay, that thumbs up means you cannot hear. Here we go. Where did you put the Tupperware lids?
When?
Where did you put the Tupperware lids? Where did you
did you
put the Tupperware?
the soap, the what?
Tupperware.
Where did you put the
Tupperware. The Tupperware.
Where did you put the boober? I can't make out.
Okay, next one. My mother's coming to stay.
My
Mother
mother,
is coming
my mother's coming
to stay.
for supper.
Let's try the next one. Let's
Oh,
try. We need to talk.
when
We need to talk.
where did you? When did you?
We need to talk.
Where did you talk? Something where?
We need to
Oh.
talk.
When did you talk? Or when do we talk?
Congratulations on that, D. That was awful. It's where did you put the Tupperware lids?
Gee whiz.
Which is, I'm sure, something that Malika has said. My mother's coming to stay.
Oh, okay.
You need to know that. And the final one, my friend, if you must understand this as a husband, we need to talk. That means you're in a lot of trouble.
Yo, today I got a scolding.
Oh, did you? Tell
Because
me.
I never take note of her. So
Let the therapy begin, brother.
So I was busy texting, because you're working, and now we're sitting. We have about 6 groups going, because this is the time of the year when things are busy.
Got you.
So we're kind of like in the eye of the storm, and people are asking you things, and you need to respond.
Got you.
And I'm trying to type and listen to as well, but for some reason the phone is just going beep beep beep, and it's like, "Sy luister nooit vir my nie." And she is angry. And then she gave it to me in front of her mother as well. And it's interesting we're having the mother conversation because there's plans for mom to move in.
So listen, it's just to give her mum the taste of things to come, which is basically, listen, I will scold him from time to time.
Yo, and I never know where things go.
Does she turn to Afrikaans when it's time to scold?
We have silent battles.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, silent treatment is the harshest treatment ever.
That is harsh.
I always say, she roll me in silence, like big time. She'll go quiet, she'll look in a completely different direction, and then there's those hand gestures. And when those hands do those things, it's almost like somebody is practically cutting off your limbs. It feels like you were somebody in the freaking World War I or II or whatever, and you had to go through an amputation. It feels like that. It's painful.
I love the fear. I love the absolute fear that you have as you're explaining that.
I am as afraid as afraid as they come.
Talking about the new chapters in our life. So you say you're getting ready for the mother-in-law to move in, brother?
Well, this is instigated by my son.
Oh, interesting.
The two of them have a business deal going on. So
Okay.
automatically, our house becomes a part of the discussion about how they're going to maneuver this whole thing.
Liquor, man, and you guys must just go along with it.
We don't have a say. I don't have a say for sure.
Listen, boss, you could have two Malikas with you at the same time.
And the light is on her side anyway.
Oh my
So I'm man alone, me and the dog.
brother, just you and the dog.
Me and the dog. That's all.
You are literally in the dog box, my friend. Go
No,
sleep in the
absolutely.
kennel over there.
Absolutely. That's why I choose my words carefully, and I wouldn't say I pick my fights though, but I tread lightly.
Got you. How old were you guys when you met?
I think I could have been 23 years. Could have
So
been
you
my
guys have
age.
been together for a while, bro.
Yeah, just over 30 years.
Yo. 50 years.
Yeah, and I mean she's got a very very strong personality, and
That's a great euphemism. My wife's got a strong personality.
no, absolutely. I'm not even gonna.
And I
front
know
on it.
exactly what you mean.
I must tell you the one point that kind of showed it all was number one. I would say the birth of our youngest. There
Right.
was a time that we toured with Prophets of the City, specifically in the, I would say, from 95 onwards, from 95 till just about the year 2000.
Right.
We were based in the UK, and most of our travels happened, on that side of the world. So she practically had to raise my youngest on her own.
Wow.
And living where we were living, things weren't very, very easy. I mean, there was a lot of positives,
Yeah.
but she practically managed to be mom and dad
Got you.
to a young boy growing up.
Hectic.
And then there was a couple of things that happened. Unfortunately, my son and his nephew were caught in a car fire. Practically,
wow.
I wasn't there for that moment. And there's a couple of other things as well. And she practically had to do all that, all of those things by herself. And then the true moment came when I had a little bit of issues in the business. I decided to step away and call it a day. At the time when we were really, really peaking and we were practically super successful.
Right.
But something happened and I had to make the hard decision. And I just decided, look, I'm just going to drop it all,
Right.
go back home. And then it was just the two of us. And she stepped in as the booking agent and the manager, having zero experience at it.
Wow.
And she was thrown into the deep end. And thankfully, up until today, she's still the boss lady. She's still the manager. She's still the boss. She's still the partner. She's still the booking agent, not just for myself, but for so many other people. Yeah.
Amazing. And it's she's amazing at what she does, which is a great positive. But also, I was chatting to you when you were on here. I'm like, yo, D, come on the podcast. You're like, I want to come. Just speak to Malika. I sort out all the details. She will tell me where to be and when I must be there.
She's like, you don't say yes to anybody without consulting me, because you say yes to everything and to everybody, and you make things dear maka because you're already booked for A, B, C, D, and E,
yes.
or you need to be somewhere or do things, and you just say yes. And then I'm the one that must sit with the clients and speak to the people, not you. So I'm like, okay, Lani, yeah, Melani.
You are Muslim.
Correct.
You converted to Islam
Correct.
for Malika.
Correct.
Boss, you gave up Christmas. You gave up Christmas.
No. We didn't give up Christmas because the rest of the family is still Christian.
Okay.
So we get La Barang and we get Christmas.
Oh, winner, my friend. How did your family respond to you converting?
In the beginning, it didn't really sit well,
Right.
with my family and hers as well. And it was a case of, okay, now you're gonna have to prove yourself. And there was
From her family, they were going, you need to prove yourself.
including my family as
Okay.
well. Because I would say a certain generation grew up extremely staunch.
Yes.
So if you were Christian, you're Christian. Muslim, you're Muslim.
Yes,
We can have a mutual respect and interactions and all these things.
Yeah,
but
we can all
you
sit
don't-
around the same table, but
correct,
yeah,
you don't
you must-
easily convert.
Yes, of course.
So there was a lot of contributing factors to that as well. And I would say I think by default, and a lot of my family, I would say historically are Muslim as
Yes.
well.
Then that kind of helps a little bit.
Correct, yes.
Yeah.
And then I would say hip hop, but the cultural, the educational, and the activism side of things had a lot to do with that. Because on our travels, I spent a lot of time trying to understand the journey, where we come from, what's happening, what happened historically, and all these things. So you bump into a lot of people on your journey. And at that point in my life, I felt that I needed to be in a space and I needed to be somewhere where I could actually have a better kind of perspective and connection to who I am as a human being first and foremost.
Okay,
And
yeah.
I think converting to Islam actually made me more tolerant, more mindful, and more respectful of other people and their religions and all of that type of things. Thankfully for the people that I've had in my life during that time, a lot of them came in as teachers and guides as well.
Right.
And that taught me, to always be on a path of being a student. So
That's interesting. So it wasn't so much Malika that was the influence. It was a journey you walked and a sort of search and you found the answer.
her
in
life
Islam.
is interesting though, because she was born Muslim,
Right.
and then converted to Christianity, and now it's back to being Muslim again. I know it doesn't really sit well with so many people, but my take on that, look, it's a very, very personal relationship between you and your Creator.
Yes.
Whoever he or she might be, according to you and to the lessons that you receive.
But do you not think that and it's not I was going to say it's a Cape Town colored thing, but it's not. It's wider than that. Like maybe because every person of color has got family who's Christian and family who's Muslim. Like it's very hard to have someone who doesn't have both. Do you know what I mean? And
No,
I
absolutely.
think that does make us a bit more tolerant. Like for us growing up, my first cousins, they had the biggest Christmas tree and they were Muslim. You know what I mean? They was like, and likewise, you go and the Christian also will be the first to get the barakat on Labarang. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So there's an amazing tolerance that we have amongst our people in this country that maybe doesn't you don't have outside of our borders.
Correct. I've actually come to realize that, especially when we lived in the UK, just to see how isolated people lived over there.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of, your Christians, your Muslims, and a lot of people that kind of studied or were part of the Nation of Islam movement as well.
Yeah.
But people didn't have that that I would say the interaction and the kind of looseness of our culture and our society, like the lighties specifically on the Cape Flats, because we lived in Surrey Estate, and that's where I experienced it, other than District 6.
Sure.
Where all the kids in the road would be playing, all the kids in the neighborhood will be playing in the road.
Yeah.
From, the time that they come out of school until it was time to go inside, or like they say, as a worry Bilal Bang. So when you hear the call to pray, then everybody would
everyone has
go,
to go in,
indoors, Muslim and Christians alike, because there was that mutual understanding and the respect, and it made sense as well.
Yes.
So I didn't experience that anywhere else in the world where I went, So I think that's also one of the really cool and special ingredients of the cool, I would say, cultural aspects that we should celebrate.
Got you.
Especially coming from Cape Town City and the Cape Flats, and that's what I love, about our communities.
So in terms of your relationship with Malika, you turn Muslim, she turns Christian, then she turns Muslim. Are there sort of traditions that you guys sit and discuss and go, okay, we're keeping this, we're losing this? How does that compromise happen?
No, we celebrate everything. Christmas must be celebrated.
Lovely.
Yeah, with her mom. It was like a tradition to have Christmas Eve at the mom, and then on Christmas we used to go to Mitchell's Plain to my mom. And then when Eid comes, and we'll invite the whole family to our place.
Got you.
So it's that type of thing. So everybody will still get their Easter eggs on Easter.
Got you.
When it comes to Christmas, iemand gaat 'n paar sokkies kry onder die Christmas boom. That's still gonna be there.
Lovely, man.
So
take all the good parts of all the good traditions.
Absolutely. And one of my teachers and my guides, may soul rest in peace, he also told me that, now that you've converted to Islam, brother, don't think that you're all that.
Yeah.
Humble yourself and be prepared to learn. It doesn't matter if it's a Christian person, a Buddhist, or whatever, but if you can learn from somebody, then learn.
Got you.
Because that is what the deen is all about. And that actually resonated with me, ever
No,
since.
you live that, my friend. You're one of the most humble people I know. So you certainly love that.
Thank you.
Big thanks to the team here at Moto Village in the southern suburbs of Cape Town for hosting this episode of the Learner Husband podcast. Moto Village is basically a petrol-head's dream come true. You can pop in for a coffee, come buy your dream car, or even have your car detailed at the Glossfather, or take care of full body repairs. But the best part is that this unique space is available for hire. So give them a call to inquire about using the space for your next event. Were you able to look at your kids and go, hey man, you are this, you are that. I don't expect you to follow a traditional path. Were you able to have that, look at your kids with that same lens?
As your kids grow up, you have these conversations with them and you try to give them the best guidance.
Yeah.
And both of them have different personalities, both boys.
Yeah.
So now you have the oldest and the youngest, and yes, and I'm like, bruh, isn't there a rule book, a handbook, or something
Exactly.
that I can use just to get the message across? So you try to give the best advice as you possibly can.
Yeah.
And sometimes you sit and it's like in here, out there, or this brass like staring into space. And he's just not paying attention. That's what you're getting. It's like the words are coming back at you, and every time it come back at you, it's almost like a hailstorm or like shots or freaking somebody shooting.
Bruh.
Yeah.
I've got a 15-year-old right now. Bruh.
And then somebody else come along and they say the same thing.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah. Did you just hear what thing he said? Wow. And I'm like, bruh, but I didn't.
But I've been telling you that.
Yes, all the
But is
time.
that not the value of part of your parenting journey, to surround your family? And it speaks to, hey man, the environment I put my kids in. You surround them with the aunts and the uncles, and especially for their boys, with the uncles that can say something to them
Oh, yeah.
in a way that you wouldn't say it, and suddenly they take it on.
No, absolutely. There was
Like
times,
it really is about the village that raises those young boys, because sheesh, they ain't listening to dad at 15, bro.
No, definitely. There was times that you had to go for life coaching, and you had to take your kids to certain places and spaces to sit down with a professional and all these things. Okay. You know, life happens.
Yes.
And we all experience life on different levels, and it's got different, I would say, thresholds, and there's a whole lot of ways that it impacts us as well.
Of course.
So sometimes you feel like you're hitting a brick wall as a parent, and you feel defenseless, you feel defeated sometimes.
Yeah.
And you want to give your kid the best. And especially when it comes to health issues and your health concerns, and we don't know, and you're looking for help wherever you can get help from. Let's talk to a family member, let's talk to a friend, let's go to a professional. You just want the best for your kid. And in that moment, nothing else matters other than trying to help this child,
Yeah.
And I think that is just natural for a parent to...
But how do you deal with the frustration of it, though? Because, I mean, it's frustrating when you've been saying the thing over and over and the bra's not listening.
Yo, Stuart, I flipped my lid twice. I would say once on my eldest. That bra made me boil one day, like boil. And I think he didn't intend to make me angry, but he said something that was completely out of context.
Right.
And then all the flashbacks come into your
Then
head.
everything came. You were like a pressure cooker, my friend.
Yo,
you just put the
telling-
last thing in the pressure cooker and the whole thing exploded.
I'm telling you, so all that stuff, and it's very weird because I think growing up in Mitchell's Plain and everything else that a lot of our communities have faced, the trauma.
Yes.
So
We keep it with us, my friend. We keep
100%.
it.
So now I'm checking the brassa that they're shooting gun. I'm checking the issues, the this, the that, all of that flashbacks, and I'm like, bro, you're telling me all this, and I've been shielding you from the worst that life could give at people, and you're telling me this. No. And I'm not that type of guy.
No, you're not.
It takes a lot to get me wound up.
Yes.
That was the one thing. And then one day, the youngest and a friend, they were playing cricket in front.
Right.
And the more I tell them, go play in the road. Lekker. Go play in the road, go man. You might just break the window. My words isn't even called. I could ball the fenster. Yes, as I went out there, I grabbed that cricket bat. The damage is still there on the little step. I cracked the paving. I was like, I really flipped my lid. But then the wife has a very passive aggressive, but a very wise way of approaching of what just happened.
Right.
Then I was sitting in the corner with my tail between my legs, and I had to go out and apologize for what just transpired. And she's got a way of flipping the thing and making it, how do you say, take so many different twists and turns, and you start seeing things from a completely different direction.
Then I think you've got the right person. It's a very humbling thing when you go from 0 to 100, you in the red line, and your
Yes.
wife goes, "Listen, let me show you the flip side," and you see it, and you go,
Yeah.
"Arr, arr, arr, arr," and then you
Yes.
you have to go and say,
Yeah.
"Yo, my boy, I'm sorry about that over there."
Yeah, absolutely.
La,
And ever since, although buttons get pushed all
yeah,
the time, I try to hold back as well. And I'm like, okay, I have to constantly remind myself of what could potentially happen in the worst case scenario.
okay,
And for me, it's always thinking about, it's a very weird psychological thing. And when I sit and do, how do you say, you kind of have this moment where you look inside and you're taking like a philosophical, historical look at who you are as a person and the journey that you've walked.
yeah,
I'm like, I always have to try and force myself to take steps back. Calm down, keep your mouth, don't say anything because that person from that era, you don't want to freaking conjure up that person because that could lead to a point where you're disrupting everything that you've built to try and maintain love and harmony within the family. And that's also one of the reasons why I try to the best of my ability not to be in the environment where, those types of things could
trigger you. Bring
correct.
out, bring out the OD. Brother, you like the Hulk, my friend. You like Bruce Banner over here, just keeping it all in. Your sons have no idea. The Hulk is gonna blitzem you. Push
Nah,
this man's buttons, and then you will see what happens.
nah, definitely. My father was a strict guy.
Right.
He had a belt that hung in the kitchen. So we
Hey,
were sitting at the table.
by the kitchen table, my friend.
That thing was hanging on the wall. My seat was on the opposite side of the table, and my line of sight was that belt. He was sitting there when I looked past him, then the belt was hanging there, and the belt's name was Bloodbeck.
Yo,
Yeah. So
brother.
you were constantly reminded at supper, you gotta walk
Toe
the
the
line.
line.
Yeah, toe the line. You don't step out of it. And sometimes, you're lighty.
Yes.
Then Bloodbeck comes out.
Yes, like no, my bro. Then you've done the work to heal, and or you're doing the work to heal,
Yeah.
and getting rid of that generational trauma and not
No, no,
passing it on.
absolutely.
And I think that's our gig.
It,
That is our gig. All we can do, the best we can do for our kids is not hand them any of the things that we might have been
100%. And I
handed.
think it all comes down to, I would say, the will, the blessing, the desire, and the guidance of. I'm going to have to credit my wife for all of this. And there's a lot of people that walk into your life as well, as guides in some form or fashion.
Yeah,
So that is helping, I would say, the healing process on so many different levels because sometimes it's very confusing as
yeah,
well. And I think apartheid and everything that came attached to that, and in terms of what it was intended for young men specifically on the Cape Flats, it
yeah.
was designed for us to self destruct. So it was so freaking carefully engineered. It freaking, how do you say, it's so deeply embedded. It's hard for people who haven't experienced it to
Yes,
truly understand the depth of it. So now we growing up, and like you said, we trying our best, not for
yes,
our kids
yes.
to inherit that, to have to endure that. But it's a very difficult
It is.
process.
But I think that's our gig. Let us make sure that system doesn't succeed, so we don't succumb to it.
No, absolutely. And I've decided, guy, I want to be a happy old Bali. I don't want to be a freaking grumpy old man and blame the world for my shortcomings.
I love that.
I want to be rustig.
I love
I
that.
want to be lekker. I want to be rustig. And I'm looking at so many people, so many elderly couples and a lot of elderly people that I see.
Yeah,
And especially when you see people that are happy and they're lekker and they got
that's
the
what I
health.
want.
And I'm like, no, this is freaking awesome. And then I'm like into cars and racing and motorsport and drifting.
Yeah.
And when we go to the track and I'm like, yo, here's a 65-year-old, a 70-year-old bra still on the track. And this bra still got what it
I want
takes.
that.
And I'm like, this is freaking inspirational. This is awesome. So as you grow older, your aspirations change and your priorities change and your outlook on life, of course.
Boss man, you are a husband amongst husbands and a
Thank you.
father amongst fathers and a DJ that stands on his own.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for joining me on the Learn Husband podcast.
You're most welcome. Thank you.
As always, guys, questions and comments in the comment section down below, and we'll catch you in the next one.